am Victoria's older cousin. I love when we have opportunities to honor people publicly. I think it is something that God has given us in a way that we can just really express our love and gratitude. However, Daniel said at the beginning when we were having a little chat over here, are you ready to embarrass these two? So I don't know what he has for you, but I have honor for Victoria. So really glad you guys are here tonight. I have had the honor of watching Victoria grow up. I'm about 10 years older, and it has been an absolute joy and privilege to watch you become the beautiful woman that you are today. If you know Victoria, which I'm assuming many of you do, you know that she is wise beyond her years, and most importantly is incredibly rooted in her faith, which as her cousin has always been really beautiful to watch, because faith is something that's very important to our family. And so when I was about 16 years old, I realized that it was my responsibility to really pursue not just a cousin relationship, but a friendship with her. And I'm so very glad that I did, because I've been able to watch from a distance the relationship that Levi and Victoria have fostered. And I can remember the first night that she went out with Levi, she called me, and my 25-year-old roommate were living vicariously through my 15-year-old cousin and her dating life. So it's gone really well for them. Thank you for the entertainment on our end. But we're just so excited for you guys to begin this chapter. And I remember the first time I actually got to sit and have lunch with Levi and Victoria, the majority of our conversation was about faith and just how important it is to be rooted and grounded in Christ. And it was so refreshing to hear teenagers talking about that after being in a city like New York, and just knowing that they just have it together for teenagers and now as adults. And so I just, as your cousin, I just bless you, and I know that God has incredible things in store for you. And Levi, on behalf of all of the cousins in the family, we officially welcome you and are just over the moon excited to have you. So if you guys would raise a glass. Cheers to the bride and groom.
All right, my name is Daniel Bozing, and I've been chosen to be Levi's best man. And I will never forget the first time Levi told me about meeting Victoria. He wanted me to meet him at the GNC at the mall, and this time he was a little bit late. Now, Levi being late was nothing entirely unusual, but this time he had a devious little grin on his face. And I was curious, so I asked him about it, and he informed me they had just gotten back from coming to lunch with Levi and Victoria, and I was a bit perplexed. Puerto Vallarta has some great Mexican food, however, I had gone with Levi many times before, and I'd never seen him this excited about some great Mexican food. A little perplexed. And then Levi explains to me that he had manipulated her into going on a romantic date with him. And I was in utter disbelief, because if you ask me, the words Levi, Doty, and romantic never went together. But I was proven wrong. As Levi proceeded to buy an unwholesome $70 worth of protein powder, he gave me more details on how fun it was for them to flirt with one another, how natural they felt together, and how kind Victoria was. One thing was for sure, although Levi's industrial-sized tank of protein powder didn't fit into the car that day, his feelings for Victoria would never be able to fit in a car, or a U-Haul for that matter. Victoria and I had met before on the track team, but due to our many injuries, we were sidelined and became the all-stars of the stationary bike team. And from getting to know her there, I really got to see how great of a fit Levi and Victoria would be together. And over the next few years, I got to see the relationship grow and develop. With time, Victoria got to see some of Levi's more masculine traits, such as his witty intelligence. It's really not a joke, I meant to say that. For example, once we were all going on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic. We had to put our names, birthdays, and social securities on some government forms. And Levi was running a little bit late to the meeting. Just no big deal, just got caught in traffic. So we gave Levi a call and said, hey my guy, can we help you fill out these forms just to keep the ball rolling? And Levi vehemently refused, saying, no, what if the government is listening into my calls and they learn my social security number? I'm telling you, my God, they know what it means. So after Levi put the government secrets on the forms in private, we went on the mission trip and had the opportunity to serve the Dominican people. We made some of our best memories together on that trip, Victoria got to see Levi's servant's heart as he helped feed and play with kids in need. She also got to see how much of a protector Levi is as he looked out for the group wherever we went. As Levi graduated from high school, he still prioritized Victoria in his new day-to-day challenges of college. He'd always get all the boys to go cheer on Victoria during her last season of cheerleading. Levi was there to support her, and it was fun for all of us to hang out as friends. Fast forward several months, and Levi is telling me about his plans to buy a ring, and how he's never been more sure of anything in his life. And other than the annoying and nosy kid at Mount St. Francis, his master plan went just as intended. And for those of you who do not know, immediately after Victoria agreed to spend the rest of her life with Levi, there was a kid nearby who saw what was going on, and he says, "Oh my gosh, did you just propose?" Victoria gracefully said yes, and that she had said yes. Now, Levi is the most disciplined, committing, and hardworking friend I have ever known. His genuine and virtuous qualities are undeniably evident in every aspect of his life. His kind heart and pursuit of God are going to make him a phenomenal husband. And although marriage will have its difficulties, Levi and Victoria love each other, which means they will choose to do the right thing for each other, even when they don't feel like it. They imitate Christ and are intentional about growing close to God, and therefore are intentional about growing close to each other. And it's because of this I know they will have a lifelong happy marriage. Here's to Mr. and Mrs. Doty.